Welcome into the latest edition of Extra Time. Alejandro Moreno, Julian Laurent and Stuart Robson joining us to answer your questions. Just before we start though, Jules, I heard this week on another podcast that you often appear on, nothing to do with us, that even though you don't usually have sweet things, when you were in Naples, you could not resist a Nutella pizza. Is this true?
Wow.
What? I've never been to Naples.
Oh, did you ever have a Nutella pizza?
I had a Nutella pizza with James Horncastle, our former colleague.
Where was that?
But in a restaurant in London where they do those amazing, it's an amazing Italian place, and they do for dessert those small pizzas with Nutella on it, which is, I mean, it's not good for, obviously, you know, for your fitness, but it's so delicious.
Yes, I actually did hear that story, but I got the location wrong. But good on you, Jules. I've had one myself. The first question is for you. Jules, should Ibrahima Konate get a call to the French national side? And do you think him and Upamecano are the future of the French defence?
Yeah, I mean, I think Deschamps will probably find that he needs a bit more playing time to be able to be called up, simply because the competition for places as centre-backs for the French national team is just out of this world. I think I remember maybe a year ago tweeting about all the potential centre-backs, and that was before Laporte decided to change and to go and play for Spain because he could not get into the French squad. To tweet all the names of the centre-backs that Deschamps could call up, all at the incredible level. So if you think about, I mean, the ones obviously who won the World Cup, but just Varane and Kimpembe, I mean, Umtiti now is finished, of course, but you know, all the others, and then Lucas Hernandez, and then you've got Koundé, and then if you look at in Germany, you've got Upamecano and Lacroix of Wolfsburg, and then Konate, and then Laporte, obviously, as we said, changed countries, and the list goes on and on. We've got the younger ones as well, who are pretty special. The next generation coming up are fantastic defenders, centre-backs. So for Konate, I think his time will come for sure, but he probably needs to wait a little bit more.
I have a question about this Nutella pizza.
Yep.
Logistically speaking, we're talking about just dough and Nutella on top of it?
Yeah, but it's melted, which is even better.
You seem very excited about this.
Yeah, it's very good.
But you're telling me it's the dough and then just Nutella all over it.
Yes. You know who wouldn't allow it? Ralph Rangnick.
No, that would not be allowed. No, not at all. Not even Chris Armas would allow it.
But Jules said it's great. I can vouch for him too. Robbo, have you ever had Nutella pizza?
I've had Nutella on toast, but I don't know about it on a pizza before, but it sounds very nice. I wonder why Jules was putting on a bit of weight these days.
It looks like he can't eat.
Hey, Jules is not even listening to us, Stewie. Jules don't care about what we have to say. He's about to eat the Nutella pizza right now.
He's looking down at his Nutella pizza. Good job that the next question's for LA. Would you be opposed to MLS dropping its playoff system? Should both conferences merge and have every team play each other once?
Not quite yet. Now, this question sort of has a follow-up to it. And would that lead to some sort of structure in which there would be potentially promotion and relegation? And that's a far more complex subject. The issue, and what people from around the world may not understand about the setup in Major League Soccer here in the United States, is it's part of the American culture to have playoffs. A professional league without playoffs it leaves a sense of emptiness within the American sporting culture. And so up until that changes, then the single table setup in which teams can run away with the title and you have promotion relegation, I think we're a long way off from that.
Well, that leads me perfectly on to my next question to talk about the playoff system and American sports. And it looks as though we've got Jules back with us.
He's done with his Nutella pizza. Hey, all right, we're back, baby.
The next question, and I know that Jules likes all his sports and his American sports, so I'll ask you first, Jules. Who are you picking for the Super Bowl on Sunday? Do you remember the first time you watched the NFL, and what was your reaction?
I'm going for the Rams on Sunday. I like the Bengal story and the underdogs and the Cinderella story coming out of nowhere and winning it, and that's all great. I just like the Rams. That's it. You know, I like Aaron Donald. I like the superstars that they have. I like the big names, and I like the logo as well. I like what they're doing there, and I love OBJ. So I think that's why I'm rooting for the Rams.
What about you, LA?
Oh, there's only one answer here, Kay, and that is Dallas Cowboys. That's who's winning the Super Bowl. Yeah, you know it. You heard it here. You know it, and you love it. I'm not picking anybody
in
else.
In your lifetime.
Maybe, perhaps, hopefully. or there. You know what's really special about the Cowboys? Every year is supposed to be their year.
Every year.
Every year they're gonna win it. This is a year. This is when we turn it around, and then the issue is high expectations. We do not deliver on those expectations, and here I am, once again, disappointed.
Stuart, are you a fan of the other football? Do you have a preference for the Super Bowl this Sunday?
I haven't got a preference for this Sunday, but in the 80s, when they used to have, on Sunday afternoons, they used to have NFL, and Chicago Bears were the top team with Walter Payton, the running back, Jim McMahon, the quarterback, obviously the fridge. You know, going over from 2 or 3 yards. It was great stuff. They were the big team. Chicago Bears at Soldier Field. There we go.
Oh, you gotta be kidding me. Stewie breaking it down, huh?
Right, so it looks as though Jules wins out there and it's the Rams that are going to win.
Can I just say about one last thing about the Cowboys? Because part of the question is the first time that...
Oh, yeah, it's part of the question.
Yeah, that Jules...
What did you think the first time you watched the NFL?
Right. And that's part of my issue with the Cowboys, is that I became a Cowboys fan because I was an exchange student living in Dallas when the Cowboys were in their heyday. We're talking about 93, 94. They had just won the Super Bowl. They defended the Super Bowl.
So you were a glory supporter?
Well, not a glory supporter. This is the only team that I had seen play in my life,
okay,
American football. And so therefore, that was my team. Right. So in that stretch of time, they won the Super Bowl 3 out of 4 years. It hasn't happened since. So when you reach that high, then it's very difficult to come back down to earth and now be at the same level as some of the other teams in this league.
Yeah, that's tough, that one. Poor Ali. Poor Ali. Stu, did you ever appear in a commercial? What was it for, and was it good or bad, and how do we see it?
No, I've never appeared in a commercial, I don't think. The only thing I appeared in, the England team that was going to the European Championships in 1988. We sang a song and we were on Top of the Pops and 1 or 2 other shows. So I suppose that was an advert for the song. But it was a terrible song, and the dancing we had to do was horrendous. And if you saw my dancing when we went to Ukraine, you know how bad it would be.
Okay, no commercial. Jules, no commercials from you?
We did a few for BT Sports for the new year. You know, we had a little commercial for the new year, and we had to jump on those big trampolines, dressed in our suits, and it was really good fun. You realize that some people are really scared of heights when you jump on a big trampoline and you go really high, and some of them are screaming like if they were about to pass away or something. That was really, really fun.
Oh, how do we see it, Jules?
You can. I'm sure it's still on YouTube somewhere. We did another one for Christmas as well, which was a quiz one. Really good fun. Those BT Sport commercials were fun.
They're fun ones. What about you, LA?
Car dealerships. I did a few of those in Houston, in LA. Oh yeah.
Did you have to act, or did you just have to say, "I'm Ollie Moreno, come and get your car"?
Well, something like that. I don't remember the script. But I delivered. I sold them cars. I tell you, I was selling those cars. Now, I sort of graduated from one level of car dealership to the next. The first one was like a used car dealership, and I said, sure. And then after that, it was like a major car dealership. Yeah, hey, they know where the talent is.
Wow.
I was moving some cars.
How do we see them?
I have no idea. This is back 2004.
They'll find it.
Well, maybe they will.
That's your challenge.
Did you get a percentage? Did you get a percentage on the sales, Ali?
No, I should have done it that way, but
yeah,
no, I had an appearance fee. I never thought I was going to be able to sell the cars, Stewie, but apparently I was moving the cars. I was moving the merchandise.
There you go, Ali Moreno, car dealership commercials. Yeah, moving those cars.
I was kind of wearing a jacket like this one, may have been.
That's
Surely that's the rag you cleaned it with.
You know, little used car salesman action.
He just said that's what you cleaned it with. That's not very nice, is it, Robbo?
No, well, it's a lovely jacket. I've got to say, it's a lovely jacket. One of the best I've seen out here.
Oh, thank you, Stuart. A little late now, little late, Stuart. The moment passed.
He did lie at the top of the show and say he liked it. Jules, actually going to come to you with this next one. Romelu Lukaku posted on Snapchat, if you have to force it, then it probably doesn't fit. What do you think he's talking about? Why is he posting things like this?
I know. I saw it. To be fair, I saw the chat among Chelsea fans. What could it be? Could it be in regards of the club or the football situation, or it could be so many different things, couldn't it? That I don't know if we should focus too much on it. We certainly know that since that interview he gave for Sky Italia, remember, he hasn't really been the same. Certainly in terms of performances, even if he scored the other day at the Club World Cup. I just hope for him that he would have learned from that lesson of not doing anything like just too public and too stupid that could cause all this kind of chat and controversy and everything. So I want to believe that is something that's got nothing to do with Chelsea or football.
Yeah, I mean, you think he would have learned from that interview that this is going to be looked at that way, Ali?
This guy has to pick up a hobby. Go play some golf. I don't know. Go do something else. Stay away from the phone, stay away from the cameras, Romelu Lukaku. Go to training and play the games. That's it. That's it. Because at this point right now, he's just getting in trouble in whatever way. With any sort of idle time that he has, he's finding nothing good to do with it. So I'm suggesting put the phone away, put the social media away, put the TV away. All right, read a book. Read a book. Why don't you do that? Read a book.
Maybe he'll be downloading TikTok and putting something on TikTok.
No, don't do that.
Who knows?
No, that's not going to help either.
Who knows? Stuart, what club do you see Youri Tielemans sign with since he's not intending on extending with Leicester?
It's a difficult one because is he good enough to go into the top sides? Is he good enough to go into Liverpool's midfield? I think he's a very good player. But I've seen him in recent weeks where he hasn't really dominated games. As I say, he's a very good player. He plays well for Belgium. He's played well for Leicester over the last couple of years. But is he going to get in Liverpool's side? Is he going to get in Manchester? Maybe he would get in Manchester United's team. Would he get into Chelsea's team? I'm not sure that would be the case. So he's got to look at the level below. And Leicester, although they're halfway, but they are one of those teams just below. Maybe an Arsenal would suit him. So Arsenal would be, I think, a very good move for Tielemans.
Jules, what's wrong with Messi? As a Barca fan, I want to see him do well, but I'm concerned he might be finished at the top level.
Oh, he's not finished. If you see the goal against City in the Champions League group stages, he's not finished. You don't score goals like this and you're finished. It's true that it's been tough for him the first 6 months. We've explained many times on the show that even if you roll your eyes and you don't believe it, it's difficult to move away from Barcelona when you've spent pretty much you arrived there when you were 11 and he's 34 now, so that's a long time in Barcelona, and you move to Paris. It's such a big change for you, for the whole family. The football is different, everything is so different, and you're not used to it because you've never moved again since you left Argentina to go to Catalonia. So that it was always going to take some time. Of course, he's not as quick on the first 5 yards. The skills is there, but you could see that it doesn't make as much difference with the ball than he used to when he could dribble past pretty much the whole opposition team and then go and score an amazing goal. That's not going to happen anymore. However, he's still capable of some great things. We saw him giving an assist to Kylian Mbappe tonight in the PSG game. I think that's 7 goals and 8 assists now in 20 matches. So he's involved in 15 goals in the 20 games that he's played for PSG, which is not a bad ratio. Of course, he could have been better. He hit the woodwork 7 times, for example. It could have been much better, of course. We expect him to have a much better second half of the season. That is, if he can beat Real Madrid, because if they're knocked out of the Champions League next month, then I think the second half of the season will be pretty boring.
Yeah, I wonder if that's a burner account as well. I can't see a big Barca fan saying that about Messi, but that's just me.
I'm pretty sure Iniesta Vision over here has been a repeat offender. I have seen this name before asking questions, and they're similar questions or in the same neighborhood.
We are on to you.
I'm keeping up with you. I know you. I see you.
We see you. Stuart, what do you think is the root cause of Arsenal's red card nightmare? And could that prevent them from getting into the top four?
It could, because I think they've got double the sending-offs of any other team in the Premier League since Arteta's been at the club. There's obviously a lack of discipline. The players don't seem to learn their lesson. I think there's a slight arrogance about Arsenal as well, that everything's against them, and the referees don't give them any chance. And when they get fouled, they always want to retaliate, and it's unfair. And that started a long time before Arteta got there. I'm going to use it. It started when Arsene Wenger was the manager, and it's carried on. It's carried on and it's carried on. So there's a lack of discipline. They've got to learn, because that could cost them a top four place. And Arteta's got to get to grips with it.
Julian, now that you're on, actually, what did you make of what happened yesterday to Martinelli? We were talking about it at length on yesterday's show.
Yeah, I thought I don't think he should have given the red cards. I looked at the rules again, which seems to say that Michael Oliver made a mistake in the sense that I mean, we need a whole show to go back onto what happened, but I think you stopped the first one because it's before. I think Podence takes the throw in, so it's foul play. You stop it there if you want to give a yellow card. Otherwise, you don't give the yellow card if you let the move go on. I think when there's in the same phase of play two fouls that are bookable offences, let's put it that way, I think only one counts or something like this. So I think you can obviously read the rules in very different way. I think common sense also has to come in place in a situation like this. That's why we rarely see incidents like this one. And for me, Michael Oliver made a mistake. I can understand that he thinks the two are two yellows, and you give the two yellows back to back, 6 seconds between the two. I don't think he should have been a red card.
Lastly, what other leagues would Stuart and Ale have wanted to play in if they could start over their careers? I'll start with you, Ale.
La Liga. That's it.
Any preference on any side?
No.
Just
and I would have loved to have played in La Liga. And it's culturally is the league that we grew up watching back home in Venezuela. It was La Liga and Serie A. Between those two, I would have picked La Liga.
What about you, Robbo?
It would have been Serie A, because that was what we got on our televisions on a Sunday afternoon. It was a great league at the time, massive crowds. Serie A was a great league, and those massive crowds,
we all grew up watching the Serie A in the 90s.
And it was also played at a tempo I'd have loved. It was so slow at times, Serie A in those days.
Lovely, lovely stuff. So there you go, Serie A for Stuart and La Liga for Ale. Thanks so much to the boys for joining us. Thanks for sending in your questions as well. Be sure to always join us 7 days a week here on ESPN FC.